What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another Best Ball Mania 5 video out here in the 111. We're gonna be taking Garrett Wilson, Gibbs, Drake London. Uh, so in this spot, I go RB a lot, but something that I want to try and get more of is CJ Stroud at the 3-4 turn. If I go at pick 35, Tank Dell, there's no reason for this dude to ever go CJ Stroud because Stephon Diggs goes on this side of the board and I go Nico Collins right here. So there should be literally zero reason that I don't get CJ Stroud on this team with the potential Nico Tank CJ double. Nico Collins feels significantly undervalued right now. I know Stephon Diggs will eat in that offense, but that doesn't mean that Stephon Diggs, like 30-year-old Stephon Diggs showing up and acquiring an immediate 30% target share, that is like the peak of his outcomes. And I feel like that's what a decent amount of people are expecting to happen just with how close Nico and Stephon Diggs ADPs are. I still expect Nico to command a quarter of that offense's targets and probably the most air yards on that team still. I'd still bet that goes to Nico. He just signed a 3-year, $72 million deal. Like, he took a very player-friendly offer from the Texans for what he's worth. Then there's camp reports coming out already, or not camp reports, OTA reports, where it's like, which is even better, to be honest, being like, it doesn't seem like Nico Collins just signed a $70 million contract. He's attacking these drills, like he's a rookie, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just talking great things about Nico Collins. I'm a huge Nico Collins believer. In the big board, before Stephon Diggs came over to Houston, Nico Collins was going around the 1-2 turn. I'm pretty sure his ADP peaked at 15. You'd see him go at the 1-2 turn all the time, though. And I want as much of that Houston offense as possible. I think it's going to be something special this year. We're on the clock here, and this is definitely a hard decision because the Derrick Henry Week 17 stack with, like, man, okay, we're going Derrick Henry. We're going to forego the double. Yeah, we're going to go Derrick Henry. We're going to forego the double. He goes Tank Dell. Interesting. I wonder who he goes at quarterback then. Lamar. Why he decided to go Lamar, who knows? Hard decision for us, though, because Josh Allen is still on the board, and it's the 4th round. Like, no matter what I think about CJ Stroud, Josh Allen is on the board. I think that's kind of my opinion. Even though I have Nico Collins, man. Like, it's Josh Allen, man. Josh Allen should never be escaping the 3rd round. Josh Allen is a 2nd-round player. And the cherry on top that lets us pivot here, we got Week 17 correlation, baby. We got Week 17 correlation with Garrett Wilson. Josh Allen, Garrett Wilson, Week 17. You should always be entering your draft with some sort of idea of how it's going to go once you see your draft position. Like, after your first couple picks, then you start to need to build a story. And the story for this draft was, okay, I go Garrett, and then I'm going to go Nico. And then we're going to get Tank. We're going to get the CJ double. But then Derrick Henry fell. Derrick Henry fell to the 3-4 turn. Little, not insane closing line value, but good enough to the point where I couldn't really feel like I could pass it up. and then we left the choice of the 3-4 turn behind us to take a quarterback, whatever quarterback he wanted. If he goes Josh, we for sure go CJ Stroud. But Josh Allen still being on the board, it's hard not to take him. He just lost Stephon Diggs, but he gained Curtis Samuel, which it's not really the same replacement. But Josh Allen has been the QB1 in fantasy for 3 years. Like this man, his standalone fantasy value isn't like. So where I'm going is after we pick Derrick Henry, we just have to pivot. It's all about pivoting. Always having to pivot. Dude, I will take CJ Stroud. If CJ Stroud falls to us, I will take him. I don't give a fuck. Bro. I mean, I think he's going to, right? Yeah, he literally has to. Oh, what do we do now? I said I was going to take him, and I definitely... I'm not lying. I'm not lying, fellas. I mean, it's just going... Like, I mean, he did go Xavier Worthy, which is... Fuck, man. Oh, man. So... It's like, do you want... Dude, I'm taking CJ Stroud. This double stack is just so unlikely. Like, having CJ and Josh here, like, what the hell? With Nico paired up? It's a very unique team. I don't try this at home. Do not try this at home. Dude, please go James Cook. If I have... Oh, my God, you motherfucker. You motherfucker. Oh, my God. What do we do? Actually, what do we do? I have to go James Cook, right? I have to go James Cook. I don't have to go James Cook, but I have to go James Cook. Right? Fellas, right? Like, oh, man. Dude, I have to go James Cook. This is a 2-2-2. This is a 2-2-2. Don't try this at home kind of build. All right? Don't fucking try this at home, man. Do not try this at home. And we're going to backstack it with either Curtis Samuel / Shakir / both of them. A 2-2-2. I mean, is this roster unique? Dude, I'd bet on it. Like, has someone really had this start before in BBM? Josh CJ, Derrick Henry, James Cook, Garrett Wilson, Nico. Like, no way, right? No fucking way. Like, and if they have something close, it's probably swap Nico for Tank. And then, like that. Dude, I don't even know, though. Like, I mean, what a start, right? what a fucking start. Now we just need to become receiver slappies. Receiver slappies. That's what we need to become. How we play tight end on this team is probably just like triple late tight end. Because there's no, like, literally zero chance I am taking. I mean, oh, fuck, dude. But if we have Brock Bowers at 107 just like on the board, I will take that. But I'm not taking a tight end here. We're gonna double click receiver 83, 86, just because it's what we have to do for our team structure to stay afloat in this economy with all the piss boys out here. Like, JSN is going 73, man. His ADP is 78.5. It was in the 80s just a couple days ago. The steam coming out of that camp for JSN and just the offensive coordinator in general change, it's crazy right now. There's a lot of steam there. Dude, this is getting brutal. I don't think we're going to have a great pick of receiver. Maybe we will, though. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. Rasheed. Dude, I don't know what to do with Rasheed. There's a lot of people that are in the camp of just draft Rasheed ADP because if it's a low suspension, he starts going ahead of Hollywood Brown type shit, which does make sense. Um, there were, I mean, JMO was suspended for 6 games last year, and we were still drafting him like around the top 100. So Christian Watson's on the board. That's a really tricky one because I really do believe in Jordan Love. I love Jaden Reed. It's cringe, but it's also not cringe. Dude, I was so all in on Christian Watson last year. The problem with me clicking him this year, it's the same problem that the Jonathan Taylor people are having this year, where it's like he's still just as good of a click, and there's even better reason now. But it's hard, man. It's hard. So, uh, Curtis Samuel or Khalil Shakir, we're gonna be going Curtis Samuel. Well, or Cortland Sutton. I think it has to be Curtis Samuel. I think it has to be Curtis Samuel, specifically on this team. I don't think Cortland Sutton, fantasy point wise, will be blowing Curtis Samuel out of the water. There is a lot of good talent in the Broncos receiving room. It's what to do with Marvin Mims is always funny, but Troy Franklin I think will be a legit threat. And I'm trying to draft as much Troy Franklin as possible. He's someone at ADP right now below 150. I'd just be comfortable to have 30+% of Troy Franklin. Seriously. I don't think it's a bad bet. Like, I would want to have a ridiculous amount of Troy Franklin at current ADP. There's all these murmurs about potentially the Steelers trading for a receiver. So players in the range of like Roman Wilson, if the Steelers trade for an alpha receiver, that fucks Roman Wilson so bad because he's now target number 4 on that offense, and that does not feel good. His ADP probably goes to like round 17 and 18, honestly. Where he would still be like a really good value there. Like I bet that I just bet that's where his ADP would go. Not saying that would be a bad value. So we have a 2-2-4. We went Christian Watson, Curtis Samuel. Again, with the Christian Watson thing, it's like I had, for reference, in BBM, I'm not kidding. I had 25% Christian Watson at the 3-4 turn / fourth round. I couldn't get enough of him because this is before seeing Jaden Reed, and it was hoping that he had the hamstring thing figured out. Season passes. It was a terrible pick. Funnily enough, on the BBM regular season winning lineup and the BBM finals winning lineup, Christian Watson was on both teams. So, there were a lot of good, smart people on the Christian Watson train, but it didn't pan out. And this year, he's at a 3 or 4 round discount. Like, yeah, I mean, essentially a 4 round discount. It's a lot. It's a lot. David Njoku still being on the board is awesome. I would definitely take David Njoku if I had the chance. Receivers we're eyeing up here are Shaheed and Adonai Mitchell. I don't know how many eggs I want to put in the Josh Allen basket with Shakir. The double does sound kind of nice though. The problem is that I'm going Rashid Shaheed. I think with James Cook and Curtis Samuel taking Shakir here, it's not great. I'm putting a lot of my eggs in the Buffalo basket if that happens. So Not really about that right now. So instead, we will be going AD Mitchell here. We could go Jacoby Myers. We could go Dalton Scholes. Dalton Scholes actually isn't a bad pick here because of the CJ Stroud double stack type thing. But I think it's AD Mitchell. The OTA reports have been nothing but stellar from AD Mitchell. It's just insane report after insane report about AD Mitchell, apparently. Draft has been flying. We are now 3 picks away yet again. And if we get Dalton Schultz here, that would be incredible. I'd be very, very happy with that. That lets us get a double stack. We need a tight end. 2 picks away. Cross our fingers, boys. Come on. Come on. One more. One more. Please. Yes. Let's go. We actually got, I can't believe we got him. Sweet. All right. Nice. So for me here, it's either Zach Charbonnet or Marshawn Lloyd. Hear me out. Hear me out, okay? Please, please, please. I think Charbonnet is going to have a much bigger role in 2024 because of the new offensive coordinator change. He's a significantly better pass blocker than Ken Walker, and this, to me now, is a pass-first offense. So I think there's a legitimate chance that next year we see 60% KW3 and 40% Charbonnet on all plays, where KW3 takes up the bulk of the first and second down rushes, but then that leaves open the door for all of the third down work for Charbonnet. This is in my mind what I'm envisioning. And I mean, for those that don't know, the Seattle new offensive coordinator is the offensive coordinator that was at Washington. Why does that matter? Well, Michael Penix, a somewhat respected college quarterback. I mean, his receivers are more respected than he is. He had 3 straight years, 4,000 yards. The dude, I'm convinced that you give this man any quarterback and he can find a way to get them 4,000 yards. So I'm very much so in on Geno and just this passing offense in general. On this side of the board, we haven't had much opportunity to take part in that. At our next selection of picks here, I definitely feel inclined to double click RB. RBs have actually been getting snatched off the RBs have been really snatched up here. So I'm going to go Antonio Gibson in hopes that he does not go Jaleel McLaughlin. Jaleel McLaughlin, if I had a gun to my head at this pick, I would pick over Antonio Gibson. But that is not the scenario. We have a chance to get both, so we will try to get both. But the thing is, though, is that Troy Franklin's on the board here. Never mind. Never mind. And just like that, and he's gone. Jaleel or Ben Sinon. I think our team needs another RB here more than a tight end. Could be wrong. This dude slammed Juwan Johnson. I'm a Juwan Johnson fan too, but he was very excited. He was very excited. Who are the Saints playing week 17? Isn't it Las Vegas? He's just a Jawan Johnson slappy. We found one. So we're about to be on the clock here. And dude, there's just no way. No way, right? I mean, really? 179? Dude. The closing line values I have been getting this draft are insane. They're insane. I'm also a huge Kate Otten fan, but I really don't want to go tight end here. I want to save tight end for one of my last two picks. I want to go one of the New England receivers here, I think. I mean, it's just a question of who do you think's better, Javon Baker or Demario Douglas? I'm going to go Javon Baker. I don't know. I don't know, man. Like gun to your head, Javon Baker, Demario Douglas, who outproduces each other next year. It's difficult. Because you got to think like Demario Douglas, likely slot receiver. And then Jalen Polk, Javon Baker are like competing for the X receiver on that offense. That's just what it is to me. And like, I wasn't huge on Javon Baker in the big board because of senior breakout stuff. But I don't know, man. It's difficult. Like we see Kendrick Bourne, Demario Douglas, and then I took Javon Baker. And whenever I'm consider we're playing Best Ball Mania here. The goal is week 17. The goal is to make it to week 17. So whenever I'm picking a player, unless I specifically say this is for advance rate, you have to imagine I'm picking them with in mind that they will be in the best possible position in week 17. That should always be your goal when playing these type of tournaments where you need to advance, where there's a rounds 1 through 14 and then 15, 16, 17. We play for the playoffs. We play for the fantasy playoffs, which is the latter half of the year. So injuries, breakout talent, there's a lot of things that are different from year beginning to year end. In terms of volume, even like Jahmyr Gibbs wasn't the greatest for your advance rate, but if you brought him into the fantasy playoffs, he was very, very good for you. We are 2 picks away here. I mean, if I get to click Roshan Johnson and Chigo Conco here, okay, he took Roshan, so it's not the perfect draft. It's damn near close though. This has been awesome. It's been a sick draft, man. I'm not gonna lie. And then RB here, we're unironically going Dylan Lowe. I don't see Zamir White taking up the entire workload. Surely they drafted Dylan Loeb for the pass catching. Surely, right? So if we can get some spike weeks potentially from Dylan Loeb through some receptions or some playable fantasy weeks, we will take that as our last pick. So the optimal 2-6-7-3 with the don't try this at home, 2 quarterbacks in the top 100. Also 2 running backs in the top 100. They really don't try this at home. Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Derrick Henry, James Cook. Crazy closing line values, boys. Like look at this. Oh my God. Zach Charbonnet, Antonio Gibson, Jaleel McLaughlin, Dylan Loeb. Then for wide receiver, we got Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, Christian Watson, Curtis Samuel, Rashid Shaheed, Adonai Mitchell, Javon Baker. And then for tight end, we got Dalton Scholes, Benson and Shig Okonkwo. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.